to the White House to break into the Democratic National Headquarters and see what political information they had. It was political espionage.
Please watch your fingers.
The clandestine operation was part of a greater plan to make sure Nixon was re-elected.
Nixon was going to win the election without difficulty. He didn't specifically instruct the break-in, but he created an atmosphere of paranoia in the White House where these kinds of things, very dodgy political operations.
That one's so cute.
Nixon began his second term in office after a landslide victory in November 1972. However, he couldn't shake the scandal. 7 White House aides were indicted for the Watergate crimes.
I welcome this kind of examination because people have got to know whether or not their presidents are crooked. Oh, I'm not a crook.
In the heat of the trials, it was revealed that the president himself was involved and that an aide had tapes of conversations implicating him.
I believed I was doing something for the President of the United States.
When the tapes were turned over, 18 and a half minutes were missing. Nixon had done all he could to keep his name out of the operation. But by 1974, he could no longer pretend.
I must put the interests of America first. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
He resigned on August the 8th, 3 days after handing over the missing tape that held no doubt of the extent of his involvement. Though he had surrendered the evidence, the former president never admitted his guilt.
Well, the legacy of Watergate was that for a short time at least, it created a reaction against what was called the...
Ava is doing this with her dad. She wanted to do it with him, and he helped her so far. Did I say Ava? I meant Molly. She's got that though. My coffee. We got kinetic sand, a crock pot I need to return that's all clean. What? Yeah. Ava's been reading this Shel Silverstein book.
Nixon was pardoned of all charges as Gerald Ford's first act after he was sworn in as the succeeding president. However, the hearings have been nationally televised.
We have been reading this book. We're up to the alligator. I love this book for her, but she hasn't been interested in it. I'm just leaving it on the table. I have little spots going right now. We did our yoga today, Daddy and I, so the couch is pushed back. So they have some string, some glue, some scissors, paper, choices, markers, more yarn. When the yarn is like $1 at Walmart or Hobby Lobby or something, we just pick some up in the colors that we know we like. $1. So that has, then I just give them to them and I don't feel guilty about using them because I had them for a project or something. I'm going to go through the books and the curriculum that I keep, but I do want to just talk about now. This is the curriculum that we've finished over the past year. So, stops right here. You may recognize a couple of these things. Language arts, math, spelling. Those are those 3 books. This is Judy the Time. Subtraction from Target, little dollar books. That was in the beginning of the year. I like to give these out first and then a book like this because these are confidence boosting. This is just a little art thing that she did. I'll talk about this in a second. This is the Usborne Vet Academy book. The Telling the Time with Judy the Clock book. A dinosaur sticker book. Oh no, I'm sorry, math. Sometimes this happens and whatever, just finish it. It doesn't matter about the age, it matters about the practice. So this was really easy to just be like, hey, finish this. And this ended up in here. I don't remember what time. But all of the finished workbooks have accumulated here. Oklahoma or outdoor, Chickasaw, an airport sticker book, a dinosaur workbook. And I go ahead with these or any other book that has or comes with stickers. I do like have them put the sticker on when they're done with the page. So this was last year. What? Yeah. And we've got her cursive handwriting book complete. This big book of horses complete to the point that she doesn't want to do it anymore. This is a folder of all of the places that we visited, state park, national parks, and that we've got junior ranger packets for. If you go on the national parks website, nps.gov, you can look up a list and get all of the places that have their printable junior ranger packets. And I've done that a couple of times if I know I'm going ahead of time or I know it's an interesting subject, like all the dinosaur ones we have completed. So this is Lincoln Boyhood Home. That was in Indiana. We have family there, so we just completed that. I don't think we handed this one in though, so we probably should do that. We'll probably end up going there. Wilderness, but a lot of these are complete. Junior Ranger Archaeologist program she did, Indiana Dunes she did, and they're pretty easy. They're like do maybe between 4 to 10 activities, and then sign your name, and you can bring them to the place and get the badge, or you can mail it in. So, and then also in here is just stuff that she might want to see. Actually, I think I'm going to take that out and maybe put this one in her portfolio for that year. And then that was the last one we did. This also came with a certificate, so I think I'm going to put that in her portfolio. And then if she ever wants to, or for record-wise, we do a lot of these things for citizenship. Texas requires you to do math, spelling, grammar, and citizenship. So what else do we have here? There's more that I'm forgetting. This was part of this. Where is it? I don't have it up here. I'm gonna have to look for my curriculum. This is a curriculum from the Homeschooling in the Woods. If you look up on their website, they have these DVDs that you print off. It comes off with all of the PDFs necessary to do their curriculum.
I made it with a face on it.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah, it's a happy face. He's saying, yay!
And then, so here's an example of the projects you're going to do. This is very project-based. Some reading. It incorporates cursive handwriting or whatever kind of handwriting you want to work on. Yeah, I love this curriculum. So in fact, I liked it so much at the homeschooling convention that I went to that I got all of the years to do it. And it starts with the New World Explorers, so that's the one that is right here. So this is her lap book that she finished doing. It had a brochure, went over some of the money, old sea sayings, and vocabulary, the reasons why explorers came to the New World. There's spices, that's actual cinnamon, golds and riches. There's gold leaf under here. Spread of Christianity. Dirt, Land to Conquer, Adventure, a picture. This is the line of demarcation it talks about. Here's navigational equipment. And here's all of the explorers that we've learned about. So we read about these guys separately and then ended up writing about them a little bit, little highlights. There's a key on here to know where they came from. As you can see, most of them are Spanish, coming from Spain to the New World, which might change your perspective on history a little bit. Anyway, and then this last page, that's the last three. And here's some of the ship anatomy in here. Here's maps of voyages. Then we've got the other money chart. She actually cut these up there on the back of poster board. And then her sea creature. So this was obviously, I'm impressed with this and grateful that I have the rest of the DVDs to do the work. Again, that was Homeschooling in the Woods, and it was the New World Explorers. So this wasn't the only thing that came with that program, actually. Let me talk about that a little bit more. Get this out of the way. This blue. Wow, did she like it? She doesn't. Okay, well, just put it to the side then. Try again, maybe, or just not.
A group was formed by John Lennon in the late 50s.
So this is the rest of that curriculum. It came with games, or I should say, you print out the pages and then you color it in and you make the games. It came with a newspaper to fill out as if you were living back then. She did a old ship log. It's in her journal, in her portfolio. These are some worksheets that she did, some of the flags. So all of her handwriting practice for tracing cursive, constellations, and her timeline.
The assassin's name was Mark David Chapman.
The motives behind Chapman's assassination, even to this day.
Okay, sorry.
It has been known that some fans become so obsessed.
Here's another one of the games. Just an example of how you kind of can customize stuff your own way. And then in here, this is her portfolio from last year. Different than the workbooks that I keep that she has finished. This is finished product stuff. This is actually not from last year. It's from earlier, but I liked it for right there. This is her name on it. This is her ship log I was talking about. She wrote as in Captain Ava. Okay, so that was a big thing to do, that curriculum. So we'll be doing that again. We're on colonial life right now, and we're going to go all throughout American history. So this is just some random things I had that need to go in her portfolio from last year. Then it starts the stuff that we had accomplished that needed a place to go, so it ended up in this binder. Because that happens too when you homeschool. You don't just use workbooks. You don't just use other things. You do all kinds of stuff. So stamps are included in here. Just things that she may want to see that she accomplished. Actually, this is really all-encompassing because I require some schoolwork like this. All for one and one for all. She read the Four Musketeers. That's another good point. So I'm over here. It's a crumb all the time, you guys. I'm over here going through her finished work pages, and I've gone and talked about her workbook, her finished workbooks. But that doesn't also include the things that she's already started and working on that I can go over at a later date. I don't want to make this video the longest video of your life. I want to keep it entertaining. But some of this is stuff that she's still not finished with. And there's also buku amounts of books that she has read. And I mean, that kid read so many different things. I don't know that I have them here because I needed to put them away somewhere. But I know for a fact I can show you that she read all these. So she read all of these Wings of Fire books last year. And then she read a ton of classics. She started off the year with the Great Illustrated Classics series, and we just kept going and trucking and trucking. She's read an encyclopedia. I mean, there's just no way I can break it down into such a small little video. So this is the best I could do right now. But I have a lot of different things in here too. I like to put her finished certificates in there. This is when she was just starting to pick up cursive. She picked it up a lot faster than I thought. Some art, a dolphin, some dinosaurs, things that are important to Ava and her learning. And that's how this all gets geared. Just specialized just for her. We did a bunch about Incan, Mayan civilizations from the New World, and oriented our vacation time around that as well, going to the Spanish missions, things like that. There's San Antonio missions, we did all of them. And some of her little puppets that she made for sharks. Oh, I like it. I love how this is coming out, Ava. She's making party decorations right now. So on that note, I'm going to stop. I said I was going to do Ava's portfolio. This one's hers. Well, actually, I guess I better keep going, so just ignore my stop. So there's other math books that I can talk about. This rainy day activity book, she completed the whole thing. Subtracting and activating. These Usborne activity math books, I love them. I love them, and I love the Homeschooling in the Woods.
Carl Schmitt never blamed the men who had caused the war. Instead, he blamed the men who had...
And Amy Pack, you can follow her on Facebook. You can follow her on Instagram. You can follow the tags Homeschooling in the Woods, or maybe New World Explorers, or, you know, whatever. And you can see other people have done their projects and how they've done them too. I just love these books because there's so many colorful different examples and versions on how to solve the problems. So by the end of this, even though it was really challenging, it was still fun and colorful, and we got through it. We're alive. Now, all learning shouldn't be like that, but sometimes it has to be if you want to challenge your kid. Here's a maze book. She really loves mazes, so she has a couple of those completed. And sometimes they ask questions or have a story involved. So, and then I don't this is just more of the Homeschooling in the Woods, how I handle the print-offs. I print the stuff off day by day, along with the beginning items. And then I put the calendar on the front so I know if we have finished it. So I'm going to keep this for my other child. And so it comes with the lessons, then the activities for lesson 1, the answer keys, and you kind of fill in the rest and have cardstock that backs it up, and then you can just pull it. So that's how I did that. If you have more questions on Homeschooling in the Woods, just let me know. And if you want to know anything, let me know, because I want my my secular homeschool stuff to be very much are really informative, so that you get all your questions answered. So I guess I'm just gonna let this pizza making decorations
a piece of silicon or germanium to make it work in this interesting way.
Inspire the rest of our day. Oh, I can help.
1947,